Hi people, this is Jada. Perhaps many people are not going to like this video, but I feel, however, I have to do it because the topic of which I want to talk, it's a really important topic to me. And actually, each time I think about this topic, I say to myself, oh wow, that's quite incredible. I have never thought about this solution regarding this topic. I have never thought about this possible way of doing things regarding this topic. And this because in the environment in which I grew up, we have never or quite never questioned this topic. We have never asked ourselves, oh, is it right? Is it the only way to do it? And yeah, by the way, the topic is marriage, or more in general, love relationships. Just remember, I'm not a sociologist, I'm just explaining my reasonings. So I think that marriage is an important institution in our society. It is quite a certainty for us because we take the rules of marriage and also of love relationships in general for granted. But first I have to make a small premise, cause in this video I'm gonna talk about our modern conception of marriage. I'm not going to talk about, I don't know, the general conception of marriage. I'm not going to talk about the ancient one or the medieval one. I'm gonna talk about our conception of marriage. So the romantic conception. So in our society, if you marry a person, normally it is because you love this person. You make your love concrete by marrying a person. So this is our romantic idea of marriage, and I'm talking about this type of idea. So I think there are two main points regarding our conception of marriage. The first one is that you can marry only one person at a time. You can't marry like at the same time 2 people, 3 people, or 100 people, right? So the marriage binds 2 people, and normally the bond between people is loyalty, a fidelity bond, and a lot of times this loyalty bond is thought especially as a sexual loyalty bond. And that's the first point. The second point is that marriage, in our conception, lasts forever, until your death. You can't say, oh yeah, I'm gonna be married to you for 10 years and then we will split up, or I'm gonna marry you for 5 years, then maybe we can renew the contract and continue to be married. You can't say that. Sure, there is the divorce, but the divorce is quite a recent achievement, and by the way, it is not allowed in all the countries. So yeah, when you marry a person, you just like promise to be together with this person for your whole life until your death. So nowadays, if you marry a person, you decide to be together with this person until your death, only with this person, and in theory, you should have sex only with this person because of the loyalty, sexual loyalty bond that binds you, right? Okay, so the fact is that in these days, in these months, in these years, I started questioning a bit these rules that a lot of people consider like universal rules, natural rules of marriage. And the first point that I try to question is the fact that marriage is based on sexual monogamy. It's based on sexual loyalty, and actually it is quite easy to question these points because we have datas, and datas show us that loyalty, sexual loyalty, marriage has never worked so well. It doesn't work well, and it has never worked so well. It has never worked so well because otherwise we wouldn't have had in our laws, in our law systems, a lot of penalties to punish people who are not loyal in a sexual way, even if they are married. And yeah, it still doesn't work because there are a lot of researches, there are a lot of surveys that show us that a lot of people say that even if they were in a love relationship, in a love close relationship, so monogamous, sexually monogamous relationship, or even if they were in a marriage period, they had sex with some people who weren't their partners. And a lot of times this didn't happen because these people didn't love their partners, but just because of physical or mental needs, or just because of some situations. So yeah, data show us that maybe sexually monogamy is not the only way to have a love relationship and marriage. I mean, I'm not saying that now we can't be monogamous, sexually monogamous. I'm not saying that. I'm just questioning the fact that we always teach people, we always teach children that there is only one way to have a love relationship, and this love relationship has to be based on sexual loyalty. I think that maybe for some people, or surely for some people, this type of relation works, but for some other people it doesn't work, or maybe they could prefer another type of relationship, So it all depends on the value that you give to the word loyalty, because you can give a sexual value to loyalty. So you can think that a person is loyal to you only if this person has sex only with you. But you can also give the word loyalty another value. For example, for me, a person is loyal if this person loves me, if this person is sincere with me, if this person is supportive, if this person, wouldn't sell my datas for money. That's all. And if I am together with this person, I wouldn't think that this person is not loyal to me only because this person has sex with other people that are not me. Actually, I think I wouldn't mind. I'm not saying that everyone has to think like me. I'm just saying that it is a possibility, it is a solution, not to think that loyalty is based only on sex loyalty. And there are some toxic couples where people think that loyalty is exclusivity. So they think that their partner is loyal to them only if that partner does everything with them. And if this partner goes to take a coffee with another person, then this partner is not anymore so loyal. And these are, I think, toxic couples that base their relationship on a toxic jealousy. And this toxic jealousy is quite dangerous because a lot of times it brings to domestic violence or to feminicide. What is said is that we just justify a lot of times the fact that these couples base their relationship on jealousy, on toxic jealousy, and we criticize or we judge couples that have an open relationship, so a relationship that is not based on sexual monogamy. This is pretty sad, I think. And yeah, that's it. Then I also think, actually, that if I had a partner, I would feel a bit guilty if, I don't know, he was in Naples and he had this beautiful pizza, maybe the best pizza in the world, in front of him, and he couldn't eat it just because I wouldn't be there with him. And yeah, that's why I would feel also guilty if my partner couldn't have sex with another person, maybe a beautiful person, like a really beautiful girl, just because he is together with me. For me, it doesn't mean that if he has a sex relationship with another person, it doesn't mean that he's not loyal to me. And yeah, again, it's my point of view. I'm not saying that all people have to think like me. I'm just saying that you can think like that. And the second point, I have to go faster because this video is going to be a bit long. The second point is that I want to question is the indissolubility of marriage. So the fact that the marriage, in our idea, has to last forever. Again, I'm not saying that it's impossible for couples to be together for their whole life. I'm just saying that it is possible to split up even if you are married, and it's not a bad thing. It's quite a natural thing. I think that happens. I really don't like when people say something like, oh yeah, in the past the couples were stronger than us, they were better than us because they didn't get divorced after some years, and for that they were stronger than us. Surely they didn't get divorced because divorce was not like an available option. And by the way, in the past, women had to accept and endure everything, also domestic violence, because of the fact that marriage has to last forever. Because if they married a violent guy, they would have been obliged to stay with him even if he was violent, because of the indissolubility of marriage. And it is quite crazy for me. That's that's it. Surely there are a lot of reasons why we created marriage as a thing that lasts forever, like economical reasons or social reasons. I think there is maybe also a psychological reason. I think that we are all human beings, and we fear loneliness. At least I think the majority of us fears loneliness. And if you say to a person, you're gonna stay with me, you're gonna be together with me for your whole life because I'm marrying you, well, it is like a small solution to this fear of loneliness, because if you marry a person, you are sure that this person will be together with you for your whole life, in the general ideas of marriage as marriage forever. I'm not saying that when you marry a person you think, oh yeah, now I'm obliging you to stay with me for your whole life, so I'm not feeling alone anymore. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that maybe this is one of the reasons why we created marriage that lasts forever in the general idea. That's it. And if it is like that, then, well, I think it's a bit selfish to pretend from a person a marriage that lasts forever, because you are saying to this person, you will be together with me forever, even if maybe in the future you won't want it. And you're being selfish also to yourself, because you are saying to yourself, I have to be with this person for the rest of my life. And I don't know, it's a bit also stupid, because how can you know if in 5 years you are still gonna love a person? I don't know if now I'm in love with a person, if in 10 years I will still love this person. Maybe not. So how can I promise to myself and to the other person, I will stay with you for my whole life? I know it's like a romantic thing, because we think, oh yeah, that's love is limitless, love is powerful. Yeah, I mean, okay, but you can't know what is going to happen in the future, right? So that's it. And again, I'm just saying all these things because I don't like the fact that we propose only one way to be together to a person. We don't talk a lot of times about open relationships, and yeah, I think it's not right, because we are all different. We are not robots. Everyone is unique. So how can we pretend that there is only one way to have a love relationship, or there is one way to live a marriage with another person? That's it, that's all. This video is too long, maybe. I'm sorry, but that's all. If you like the video, just put a like, put some comments below it, share it, and see you soon.